And welcome out to Bryan High School, where tonight the Bryan Golden Bears are hosting their holiday tournament here on the Golden Bears Sports Network. Good afternoon, everybody. Chris Malanga alongside Brian Arnold in game number one, semifinal number one. Sees the 6-2 Montpelier Locomotives at the 8-2 Fairview Apaches. First off, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Good to see you again.
Good to see you. It's always fun to do this holiday tournament. And this year, I'll tell you what, 4 stacked teams in this tournament.
Yeah, this might be as good as the field's been probably in any year we've hosted this tournament. You've got 4 solid teams having great years.
You absolutely are. And you're listening to WQCT Bryan. And right now, we're getting ready for Montpelier and Fairview. Montpelier is sitting at 6-2, 1-0 in the Buckeye Border Conference. Coach Mike Bum in his 4th year sitting at 56-21. The interesting thing when I talked to Coach Bum is they lost 85% of their scoring from last year. Yeah,
you look, and number one is your All-Ohio 1,000-point scorer, Ariel Page. She was a really good all-tournament player last year in this tournament. And it's almost the opposite on the other side of the ledger for Coach Dietsch. He's got just about everything back, yep. and they've been playing that way. But, you mentioned the record there. I looked, Russ Dietsch at this point, 79-25 in his 5 years. Mike Bum is 56-21. Todd Grosjean has won a ton of games. And Coach Varner just getting started for Stryker. We've got a lot of great coaches. We've got good teams. We've got some great players. We've got multiple 1,000-point scorers already at this point in this game for these teams. So I'm excited to watch. I've been excited thinking about this for the last week because we knew we were going to be seeing great basketball. Well,
it is the Oberlin-Turnbull countdown to tip off. Oberlin-Turnbull Fuelman and Crematory, family-owned, family-focused. I had a chance to talk with Coach Mike Bum of the Montpelier Locomotives. I wasn't able to get a hold of Coach Dietsch, but Coach Bum took care of all of it. So you'll hear that after this timeout on Q96.5. Back after this.
When you're looking for that unusual part like a battery for your key fob, or everyday car parts like windshield washing fluid, wipers, motor oil or filters, antifreeze or batteries, don't forget to stop by your local Napa store in Bryan. They have the parts in stock. If you're buying any of these parts from anyone other than Napa in Bryan, you're paying too much. Why do so many people travel to Jason Eats Automotive Services in Edgerton when they want their vehicles repaired? Because Dave Brown and Sam Bailey have over 60 years of experience fixing the problems that other mechanics couldn't. They work on all makes and models, and they specialize on imports. Recently, they have expanded their service area by almost 50%, and they've hired Eston Knerk to their staff. So if you have a vehicle, foreign or domestic, that you want fixed right the first time, take it to Jason Dietsch Automotive Services on the east side of Edgerton.
Welcome back out on the Golden Bears Sports Network. Chris Malanga alongside Mike Bum of the Montpelier Locomotives. And Coach, first off, welcome to this year's edition of the Holiday Classic.
Thank you. It's always good to play. It's our 2nd year, And last year we had Bryan in round 1. Didn't work out so well for us. This year we've got Fairview. I think this is 2 of the best teams in Northwest Ohio in Bryan and Fairview. I'm talking all of Northwest Ohio that are in this tournament. So it's going to be a great challenge for us. We're hoping to be as competitive as we can and use this as a springboard into conference play in January.
I'll tell you what, looking at this, the overall strength of the tournament between Montpelier and Stryker, Fairview and Bryan, I can't think of 4 better girls basketball teams as a whole that are in this tournament. It's going to be a tough one.
Well, here you go. You've got Bryan, who's dominated the NWL the last few years.
Yep.
You've had Fairview, who's dominated the GMC the last few years. And you've had Montpelier. Now, I don't know what this year is going to bring for us, but we've dominated the BBC the last few years. This is a totally different team. So a lot of good competition. And then, of course, you've got Stryker, who right now in the BBC is playing as good as anybody, who's got the best player in the BBC. And how about the point guards that are going to be playing in this tournament? Bryan with Grotehouse, an all-stater. Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
Dietsch for Fairview, an all-stater.
1,000 points.
Yeah, 1,000 points recently. Then you've got Wallace from Stryker, who is the best player in the BBC, who just scored 1,000 points.
Yep.
And we think we got a pretty good young one coming up in our sophomore, Kelsey Bum, as our point guard. So 4 really good point guards and 4 really good basketball teams.
Let's talk about the Locos specifically. You guys have won the Buckeye Border Conference 4 years in a row, the last two, outright. And this is a good basketball team, but you guys did lose a lot of scoring from last year in Chelsea McCord and Ariel Page.
And Trinity Richmeyer, 80%. Actually, it was closer to 85% of our offense we graduated. But the thing is, Chris, I think it's kind of I like what we've got coming back. I like the parts. We haven't put it all together yet, but I think this is a team that as the year progresses, I don't want to start using the word young because I think that gives your kids a reason to have an excuse when they don't meet expectations. But I think we just haven't got our parts organized yet. And that falls back on me. And hopefully, I think in the second half of the season, we can get that. Now, here's the good news. We're 6-2 right now. Yeah. So we're in pretty good shape. We're going up in a tournament that I think is going to be really advantageous to us towards our conference schedule after the first of the year. I think we have a high ceiling with this team. I think we're going to do nothing but get better. We start 3 seniors. As you said, we lost 85% of our offense or about with those 3 seniors from last year, but we haven't focused on that. And the last thing I want to do, as much as we loved what those kids contributed to us last year, is live it in the past and start comparing. I think that's kind of disrespectful to the kids that you got now, saying if you always compare, they're their own individuals, they're their own players. They're their own skill sets. They've got their own value that they bring to the table. And I think the value that that they're bringing to the table, not only this year has been positive, but it's going to continue to get better. So I like our parts. I like our team. Our team's GPA, I'll put it up against anybody's. We've got really smart kids from really good families that show up and work hard every day.
Guys have 2 losses on the season. You lost the opener at Hilltop and then your last game at Ayersville, both by the same score, ironically, 41-30. But in between there, you rattled off 6 in a row and, beating some good teams in the process.
Well, we know our schedule is a lot more difficult after the first of the year, actually starting right now. So would have liked to get one of those 2 losses that we had. I thought, looking at the schedule, I thought if we split one of those 2, I would have really liked where we're at. But 6-2 is not bad, with what we had coming back here and the progress that we're making. So here's a disadvantage for it. We haven't played. Well, what's today? It's going to be almost 2 weeks since we played last because we got a game canceled when it was really cold, the Pettysville game. So we haven't played in a long time. I suspect everybody's in the same boat, so not an excuse there. But again, something that is in the back of our minds that we hadn't played in a while. And the last time we did play, we played against a very good Ayersville team. I think it's only lost 1 game. It was a competitive game throughout, but we just didn't get it done in the end. So I think what you're looking at now, though, with Bryan and Fairview and then Stryker, and we're right there. They ended up winning, what did you say, by 10 or 11? But 11. It was a competitive game throughout, but we just didn't get it done in the end. So I think what you're looking at now, though, with Bryan and Fairview and then Stryker, these are 3, I think, next level teams or teams certainly, as good as Ayersville, if not better. And so that's going to be a great challenge for us.
All right, let's talk about the Locos. First off, what do you like to do offensively?
Well, what we'd like to do in most occasions is push tempo and press teams, or at the very least, get them up and down so they can't get in their sets. I don't think that's going to be the case that we're going to be able to do that against the Fairview team tomorrow night. I think it's going to be, more of a half-court defense, with switching with defenses because athletically in this case, I think they probably are a little bit better, and I think we'd end up giving up a lot of layups in the back end. So normally we would like to push tempo and get it in the track meet. In this situation, though, I don't think that would be our best bet. We like to push the ball. We love the spread pick and roll. We like to spread people out, and we like to pick and roll off of that. And again, just tempo and creating some dribbling lanes. And what we do is we run 5 out and we run 4 out and look to try to exploit teams with pick and rolls.
How about defensively? How do you guys feel that you match up against Fairview, especially with the Zeta girl being such a strong player and it's started for 4 years?
Yeah, that's a great question. And here's the thing is normally you look, the first person I do is the point guard. Can we turn her over a lot? So we can't turn Zedek over a lot. And they've also got some length that I think they'll be able to pass over our press. So again, normally we would like to pressure teams. Probably not going to be the best bet for us tonight. So the game plan is going to be more gap oriented, keep everything in front of you. Hopefully they get in a cold shooting night and then keep them off the offensive rebounds for second chance opportunities. We don't want them to get that. We're going to have to play near perfect to beat Fairview. We know that, but we've got enough talent. If we play perfect basketball and catch them on a cold night, we can make it interesting. You'll see more of I don't want to say the word, we won't be as up-tempo, I think, against Fairview as we would like to be. We're going to have to keep everything in front of us because they're very talented. And Kreitz is very – have you seen the scores of these games? They've been playing. They're winning by 50. So you were from this area, Chris, but when I was in high school in the early 90s, the Fairview State Championship girls basketball team under Dan English, okay? And some of these are parents of those kids that are going through right in that age group. They were beating teams 90 to 10. I'm not kidding you. 100 to 25. So I look at these scores the last few weeks and who the teams are playing, and I'm thinking this reminds me of those state championship teams in the early 90s that they had too. So they're legit. They're the GMC favorites for a reason. And we want to play teams like that. And here's the big thing is what we told our team today is compete. The last thing I want you to do is go up there and show up and back down. I want you to compete. And if we're diving for every loose ball, we're making things difficult on them, we'll deal with what the outcome can be because we've got a big picture goal in mind. But if we go over there and we get intimidated and we give up a lot of uncontested layups, that would be disappointing to me.
Yeah. And, that really only sets you up for the second half of your schedule and beyond. Last question for you, and I can only ask this question to you and Russ. What's it like coaching your own child on the team? Russ Zedike, same way. How is that positive, negative, challenging, not challenging, great? What are your thoughts on that?
Because he's in the same boat. Same with him. This is the second kid I've got. I'll tell you what, it's a great question. I hope you play this whole part through.
I will.
Okay. So here's the deal. I've said from the beginning, I've seen a lot of coaches over the years coach their kid, football, basketball, whatever. And most times you have one of two different things. You have a coach that goes too far and overcompensates and treats his kid unfairly to prove to everybody else that they're not showing favoritism. Mm-hmm. And then I've seen the other way, in which a kid caters everything to that kid and, puts their kid in positions that maybe they're not ready for because they want to glamorize their kid. I've seen that as well. So I said, when I started coaching my kids, here's the deal. I'm going to be straight down the middle. Okay. I'm not going to get carried away when they do something wrong. I'm not going to try to put them in positions that are unfair at the cost of other kids. We're going to play it straight down the road. Now, I think if you ask most of the parents and players that have played for me, they'd say I did a pretty good job of that. So how is it coaching your kid? It's been a blast. I've enjoyed every second of it. That's kind of what we do at our house. We talk about sports. I would like to say we leave it the sports at home or at the gym, and when we come home we forget about it. We don't do that. We talk about it, but it's not necessarily in a negative way. We have fun with it. We talk about college and NBA games and things like that. So I feel like I'm the luckiest guy in the world to be able to coach my two kids, and I've enjoyed the heck out of it.
Great. Well, Coach, we wish you the best of luck. You're going to have a big task against Fairview.
Yeah, we sure are, and I appreciate you covering us, and thanks for having me on.
All right, that's Mike Bum of the Montpelier Locomotives here on the Golden Bear Sports Network. Back after this.
If you want a quality education with transfer opportunities to four-year schools, Northwest State is your community's college.
If you haven't stopped by Bryan Ford Lincoln to test drive the all-electric F-150 Lightning
or the rugged and sporty Ford Bronco, we only have one question for you.
Why not?
This Ford Bronco is great for daily commutes or the Outback.
And this F-150 Lightning will do 0 to 60 in 4 seconds without using a drop of gasoline. When you stop by and see us at Bryan Ford Lincoln, you can test drive either of these great vehicles.
Stop by and see us. We'll help you order the exact vehicle that you want and need.
So stop by and see us today at Bryan Ford Lincoln.
This is Yasha Cheverini. He is a master jeweler. If you need jewelry repaired or a beautiful handcrafted piece of jewelry for that special occasion, you need to stop by and talk to Yash at Diamond and Gold Outlet in Napoleon.
Here at the Williams County Veteran Service Office, our mission is plain and simple. We are here to serve our local Williams County veterans and their dependents. We are staffed with trained service officers who have the compassion and understanding to assist their fellow veterans in obtaining all federal and state benefits that they have earned. Additionally, we provide emergency financial assistance and transportation to VA medical centers. So if you're a veteran or a dependent of a veteran, stop in today and see how we can help you at the Williams County Veteran Service Office.
I'm Tom Turnbull of Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory. Family owned, family focused, celebrating our 100th anniversary, 2022.
It's great working with family. The relationship we have with one another allows us to focus on your family and help guide you through the planning process.
We focus in on your family's needs to make sure that everything is done the way that you and your family want.
Right now, our family wants a Golden Bear victory.
Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory. Family owned, family focused.
And at an agency, Diamond and Gold Outlet, Eden Farmers Co-op, Fackler Monument, Fairview Athletic Boosters, Innovative Ag, Jason Dietsch Automotive, Laub Auto Parts, Montpelier Athletic Boosters, Newcomer Schaefer, Spangler, Bryan and Rakes, Northwest State Community College, Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, Real Estate Advantage, Starks Plumbing and Heating, and Veterans Services of Williams County. All right, we're going to take a break here for we're going to get our keys of the game right before the tip, so we'll do that. The tip-off is coming up on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
In varsity game, we would like to welcome the Fairview Apaches and the Montpelier Locomotives. Ladies and gentlemen, America is the land of the free and home of the brave, and that freedom has been afforded to us by the dedication and sacrifice of brave servicemen and women currently deployed throughout our communities around the world, and many others who have come before them. To thank these extraordinary men and women, would you please rise in the playing of our national anthem? There goes my chair.
Back out on the Golden Bear Sports Network, Chris Malenga, Brian Arnold with you. It is Montpelier and Fairview getting set to do battle. Let's quickly get our keys to the game.
Well, I think we look at this for Fairview. We'll start off with the Lady Apaches. They want to get up-tempo and go right now. In their last 5 games, Coach Bum mentioned in the pregame how many points they've scored. They've averaged 70 points in their last 5 games. So they want to get out. They want to run. They want to get the ball up quick. They want to knock down shots from the outside. Looking at their starters from the stats that Coach Dietsch shared, all 5 starters are shooting 41% or better, and 3 of them are shooting 57% or better from 3, which is just unbelievable. Yep. Outstanding shooting. So they want to make sure they're getting good looks and moving the ball. And then dribble penetration, they're expecting some zone out of Montpelier, so they don't want to stand and get stagnant, because that's good. They want to attack and kick and knock those shots down. On the Montpelier side of the ledger, you know, Coach said he likes to gut up and go. He wants to press, but he also talked about this is probably not the team to do that with, whether it's ball handling as Z-Dyke or their ability to run themselves and score points. So I would imagine we're going to see Coach Bum play some zone, try to slow some things down, control the tempo. They've got to find those shooters on the defensive end. They got to make sure they're getting out defending the three-point line and not giving open looks with a team that can shoot it that good. And then they're going to have to, when Fairview misses, they got to limit those second chances. They got to rebound and keep them off the boards.
All right, keys to the game sponsored by Carlin Company. The Carlin Company Realty and Auctioneers has been your hometown real estate company for over 45 years. They've consistently remained #1 in Williams County and the surrounding area since 2007. Call us for all your real estate needs. Time now to meet our game officials, being sponsored by Tri-State Vision Center. Tri-State Vision Center has been serving the area since 1977. Contact us at either our Bryan or Montpelier offices for all your eye care needs. And our game officials, Jeremy Teege, Zach Grosjean, familiar name, and David Tingley, tonight's officials. Our starting lineups now being sponsored by Yoder Mechanical and Custom Fabrication. Call Yoder Mechanical and Custom Fabrications for all your mechanical piping needs at 419-519-3111. Let's first take a look at the starting lineups for the Montpelier Locomotives. A sophomore, Kelsey Bum, a sophomore, Aaliyah Hilliard, a sophomore, Mira McGee, a junior, Mandy Taylor, a senior, and Jada Uribe, a sophomore, all starting for Montpelier. As Fairview wins the toss, Carrie Zedike will bring it up. We'll get the starters for Fairview here in just a minute. Over to Haley Hammer underneath, shot up and good for Kelly Kreitz. Starters for Fairview, Bethany Singer, a 5'3 junior, Carrie Zedike, a 5'3 senior, Kelly Kreitz, a 5'1 junior, Allison Rhodes, a 5'1 senior, and a 5'7 junior, Haley Hammer. Montpelier goes the other way. Kelsey Bum. Actually, that was Hilliard. 3 and 5 look really different this far away, or really the same.
Nice break of the press there by Montpelier. Fairview got right into it, pressured him right away, but Montpelier was able to break it quick and get a nice layup at the end.
Zedike will go in for the layup and be fouled. The foul's going to be on number 5, Hilliard. It'll be her first, team first. Carrie Zedike will head to the line to shoot 2, and she's a 70% free throw shooter. This team as a whole pretty much good free throw shooters.
It gives you a pretty good idea of how Carrie Zedike's gotten to 1,000 points early in her senior year. They posted up the 5'3 guard right there. She's just so strong and athletic. She was able to put a good move on the defender and get herself to the line.
So both free throws good, and she has her first 2 points of the game. Fairview on the press as they're trying to go forward.
Here you look at, I talked about scoring. Fairview's got 3 starters that are averaging double digits, led by Zedike 17 a game, but Rhodes averages 15 and Kreitz averages 13, and they've got another one at 7 with Hammer, so they can really put the ball in the basket.
Zedike stole it away and found Bethany Singer for a layup who missed it, but Allison Rhodes got the rebound and put back. So 6-2 Fairview, 6:54 remaining first quarter. Fairview looking to press again. Montpelier gets it over the timeline with Uribe. Over in the corner, 3 ball. Actually, she stepped in for a 2. That's Mira McGee. And 6-4 now on the main stop scoreboard. Open when you need them. You're always near main stop. Don't forget Thirsty Thursday. Every Thursday as Zedike will bring the ball up. Kreitz with it.
McGee stepped into that shot nice and confident. She had the open look and took it.
And Zedike gets the layup from the left block. So Montpelier doing, or Fairview doing what they want to do here on the offensive end.
They really are. I think right now Coach Bum's got to be a little concerned about how easy the looks have been for Fairview in the first few possessions.
That same shot goes up again for McGee. This time it does not go. Rebound will come down to Allison Rhodes of Fairview, and she will clear to Zedike. 8-4, 6:06 remaining first quarter here. Fairview leads. Over to Kreitz, left wing. Now they get underneath, and we're going to get a jump ball called by Zach Grosjean down there. And that'll stay Montpelier's way.
Good switch on the baseline. Fairview ran the flex there, and they had the baseline cut like they got in the first possession, but good reaction off of help right there by Montpelier's defense.
Montpelier will double team in the backcourt here, and
that's not where you want it if you're Montpelier. You don't want to dump it down into that corner right away. Fairview's looking to trap, and you can see it already. They're just so quick. They react to passes right there. So good.
Knocked away by Hammer.
A lot of eyes on the ball. I don't think if Hammer got it, I think Zedike probably would have got it.
And that is a layup by Kelly Kreitz from 8 feet. Montpelier getting pressure D again. This one is stolen away, and actually we're going to get a foul on number 14, Kelly Kreitz. That'll be her first, team first. This is a fast-paced game. We haven't been able to get any word in edgewise.
Yeah, and that's exactly what Coach Zedike wants. The last time out, they played an 80-69 ball game with Patrick Henry. I know our coaches went and watched that. They said there was 18 or 19 made threes that night. The pace was quick. So, you know, that's what Fairview wants to do. They want to get up and down and go.
Bum has it. She will dish off to Hilliard. Hilliard will dribble around, and they throw it into the middle, and Carrie Zedike just steps in front of the pass. Zedike will take it coast to coast. Finally dish to Rhodes, who launches a 3 and got it. That makes it 13-4 in favor of Fairview. 5:10 remaining first quarter. Almost stolen away again by Hammer. Fairview gets it over, or Montpelier gets it over the timeline. Underneath, shot is no good by McGee. McGee wanted a foul but didn't get it, and Zedike comes down with the rebound.
Yeah, she probably should have tried to initiate a little more contact on that. I think she was hoping for a whistle. She needed to make the contact happen. Last trip down, the big post for Fairview, Allison Rhodes did a nice job of setting up on the wing. Dietsch found her and knocked that 3 down like she does it every day. Like I said, they shoot the ball fantastic from the outside.
She had another look at it. Mandy Taylor able to get some pressure on that and missed that shot. So Montpelier comes the other way. Bum loses it off her foot. And there's a jump ball, and that'll go to Fairview. Checking in for the Apaches is Alexis Taylor, a 5'1" junior.
And a sister of Allison Rhodes come in, check in for her big sister. Yeah, you got to love Fairview's pressure on the ball. Just they are everywhere all the time. They're really jumping into passing lanes, and just early going here, really impressed with the quickness on the perimeter that they're showing.
Moving it around now, Dietsch will launch a 3. That goes off front iron. Rebound comes down and up right away to Taylor, who puts it up for 2. Makes it 15-4, 4:04 remaining, main stop scoreboard first quarter. And
that's one of those things I talked about, because can't afford to give Fairview second chances, especially inside that easy.
Lila Mahan will check in, as will Tatum Grimm. And Fairview needs to keep doing what they're doing, and Montpelier needs to figure something out.
Yeah, you're going to have to run really crisp cuts and screens against this kind of man-to-man defense. See, Fairview's not afraid to switch off. Everybody can guard everybody, so that makes them even more difficult.
And they've got a little bit of length, too.
Yeah, and then they react so quick. You see everybody's eyes are on the basketball. Nobody's out of place. Everybody's looking for a chance to make an interception off of the pass.
Mahan's shot was missed. Rebound comes down to Fairview. Apaches will move it up. Dietsch has it. Dietsch will go over to Singer on the right wing. Now down low to Kreitz. Kreitz gives back to Singer. Now they go underneath to Taylor, and we're going to get a foul whistled. And that'll be on number 30, Mandy Taylor. That'll be her first, team second. Rhodes takes a really short break and comes right back in. Now they've got 2 bigs, and really 3 when you count.
Yeah, I was going to say, with Kreitz standing there, you've got 3 tall girls at the elbow.
Underneath shot is up and good for Alexis Taylor, and she has 4 already. Coach Bum wants a timeout. So with 3:11 remaining first quarter, we've got a 30-second timeout. Going to take it with them back after this.
If you want a quality education that leads to great career opportunities in manufacturing, Northwest State is your community's college.
When was the last time you had your precious jewelry cleaned? Diamond and Gold Outlet will professionally clean your jewelry, and it won't cost you a dime. Let Diamond and Gold Outlet in Napoleon clean your jewelry today.
Remember, go to the Fairview Facebook page or the Fairview website for details. Thank you for tuning in tonight, and go Apaches!
Back out on the Golden Bear Sports Network, 17-4 here. Fairview leads with 3:11 remaining first quarter. Fairview has pulled the press off, so Montpelier at least be able to run their half-court offense. Kelsey Bum has it, then over to McGee. McGee is double-teamed here right at the line and will have to dish it away. She's able to get it underneath, and a loose ball, and Dietsch will pick it up. Even when they don't pressure you, even their half-court defense is good.
Well, I think they came out of the full court because they wanted to trap in the half-court there. We'll see if they continue to stay out of it, but they ran and jumped as soon as the ball crossed half-court and forced a difficult pass and a turnover.
Stolen away by Mandy Taylor, and then stolen right back by Kelly Kreitz. It'll go back to Montpelier as Kreitz knocked it out of bounds.
Just a little careless with the basketball. Nice steal by Taylor, and then just kind of turned expected. That's not going to be the case in this game. Fairview's not going to be one of those teams that's going to give you the easy outlet and get up the court. They're pressuring everything, and that pretty much starts as soon as the ball's in your hands.
Hilliard will bring it up. They get it cross court over to Uribes. Uribes runs into a double team. Now Grimm with it. Grimm has a double team on the side lane. She's able to get it out. Shot is up for Montpelier, no good. Cleaned up by Montpelier, no good. And now a jump ball on the rebound, and it should stay here with the Locos. Wow. Lots of shots down there.
A couple good looks from near the basket right there. Montpelier just couldn't get him to go. I think Allison Rhodes got a piece of the second shot.
They've got it inbounded over to Hilliard. Now in the corner. Uribes will work with it. Uribes working on Dietsch, and that's really hard to have Carrie Dietsch guarding you.
Yeah, that's not a pleasant moment for anybody. And I've really been impressed, too, with Kreitz's ball defense. She is long. Like you said, she's great length there. She's right there knocking that ball out of bounds. long and quick, and she looks like she's like Carrie Zedike, and probably something Coach Zedike loves. Looks like she really likes to play defense. She's working hard on this end of the floor.
And down to Hilliard. Hilliard looks to drive, and they force her left. Now they give it over to Rebase. Back to Hilliard. Hilliard will drive, then top of the key. Shot is up, no good, and that was Madeline Hopper who went to take that one and just not be able to get anything on and no contact.
Yeah, I think she was hoping for a whistle on that, and probably a good job by the official not giving it there, just bailing her out. Got a little out of control going to the hoop.
Fairview just moving around. Now they leave Zedike wide open on the left wing, and she knocks one down. Makes it 20-4. Carrie Zedike was 7 on the night so far.
Yeah, and a quick, the pace really slowed down coming out of the timeout, and it's still 20 points with 1:15 left in the quarter for Fairview.
And knocked out of bounds off the Humbucker. That is, the almost double-digit turnovers for Montpelier.
Yeah, 7 already here early in the game. And this is what Coach Bum talked about in his pregame with you. He knew what he's up against, one of the best teams in Northwest Ohio. This is a team that lost by 1 to Ottawa-Glandorf. They've got one 7-point loss to Archbold, but other than that, they've just been really handling everyone, having their way with everybody. So he wants to see his girls compete, and that's going to be his message the rest of the way out. Are we going to lay down, or are we going to fight the best we can?
Fairview tried to get into Alexis Taylor, and it got knocked away. And so Montpelier has it. Here's Bum working on Zedike. Now they double team Bum. She's right on the line there, and then they throw it off of a Fairview Apache, and Bum will start over in the backcourt.
Yeah, really a pretty heady play by the sophomore there. Threw it off of the defender, so it wouldn't be over and back.
Uribe will come by and try to put up a shot. Taylor will block it. Now Zedike will go the other way, and then Singer loses it out of bounds. And she was looking for Singer running down the left side. There, had her on the low post and just not able to get it.
Yeah, a good break there for Montpelier, 2-on-1, and just a little mishandle by the Apaches.
Bum will bring it up. Right side, and buried with a 3 is Mira McGee. 20-7. Oh, that was Humbarger.
Humbarger, yep.
12 and 14 look alike. So
the light blue on the dark blue.
I know. I don't like to make
You probably see way better than I do, but that is a little tough to see from here.
It is.
I have to give it a second.
3 ball in the air is no good. That was Kreitz put it up, and that'll be the end of the first quarter of play, with the main stop scoreboard showing 20-7 in favor of Fairview. Back after this on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
I wanted to learn the skills to get ahead in my career, and thanks to Northwest State, I'm well on my way to a great job with a local company.
NSCC is my community's college.
Contact our advising center today or stop by.
The Bryan Athletic Boosters Board of Directors invites you to become Bryan Built.
The Athletic Boosters support our athletic programs in many ways, and that support is made possible through both corporate and patron support.
We are Bryan Built.
When was the last time you had your precious jewelry cleaned? Diamond & Gold Outlet will professionally clean your jewelry, and it won't cost you a dime. Let Diamond & Gold Outlet in Napoleon clean your jewelry today.
Soon and see them at your hometown country store, the Eden Farmers Co-op.
Back out on the Golden Bear Sports Network here. It is game number 1 of the Holiday Classic. Mike Bum's Montpelier Locomotives are down to the Fairview Apaches by a score of 20-7 on the main stop scoreboard as we start the second quarter of play. And Zedike will bring it up for the Apaches to Singer. Now over to Kreitz, who launches a 3. It is way off. Kreitz will try to come in and get the rebound, but it just goes harmlessly out of bounds to Montpelier.
Fairview got a really good look off of the set, out of that sideline, out of bounds to get the quarter started. Probably not a shot Kreitz is going to miss very often, let alone miss everything.
Yep. Hilliard brings it up and is double teamed in the corner. It's knocked away, and another turnover for the Apaches. They'll get it to Zedike. They're just relentless on their D.
Just so active, and they're getting their hands on a lot of things. We talk about that all the time with our own Lady Bears team, how active they are defensively and getting their hands on a lot of things, and Fairview's been the same way.
Going to get a foul underneath. That's going to be called on 14, Mira McGee. That'll be her first, team third. Good on fouls. Fairview has 1, Montpelier has 3, so it's been a pretty clean game. I think they've let some girls play. Inbound, roll and in for Addison Rhodes.
That's 2 baseline out of bounds that Fairview's had and 2 buckets they've got out of those. A couple of well-designed inbounds plays by Coach Dietsch.
It's stolen away again, and that'll be an easy one for Kelly Kreitz. Kreitz is up to 6 now on the night at 24-7 in favor of Fairview. Now Montpelier gets a quick one, and that is up by McGee, so that makes it 24-9.
Good push off the make right there by Montpelier. Fairview's just been really crisp on the offensive end here. Gotten a lot of the looks that they want. I don't know if it's fair to say easy looks because they're working hard to get them, but they're easy because of how crisp they are on the offensive end.
Dietsch puts up a layup basically around 4 Montpelier girls, so they were there crashing on her, but she still was able to put it up. Shot is made by Montpelier's McGee, no good. Rebound comes down to Fairview, and they're pushing. Down to Kreitz. Kreitz underneath to McGee, and Kreitz puts up a shot, no good. She was working on McGee is what I meant to say there, and Montpelier will get the rebound.
Yeah, last time down, McGee caught it on the right wing and had the lane to the basket, decided on about a 16-footer. Probably better served to go attack the hoop on that.
Knocked out of bounds off of Fairview, so Montpelier will try it again and see what they can do underneath. Fairview has just got lots of big bodies in there right now, and Montpelier's really struggling. Hilliard with the basketball, works around a screen. They get it underneath. Shot up and good by Mandy Taylor, their post player. That was off a Taylor's screen that basket happened.
Yeah, she screened, got the ball down to man in the corner, and a good assist.
Shot up by Dietsch, foul is called, and that'll be on Hilliard. And that'll be her second. The main stop scoreboard was 26-11 with 5:51 remaining here, second quarter. Dietsch at the line for the second time tonight.
Yeah, Carrie's just such an aggressive offensive player. Strong and fast and can find her shot in so many different ways. She is tough to handle one-on-one when she wants to get the ball to the basket.
She misses the first one. Second one is up, and that one rattles. I'll tell you what, we watched Dietsch as a freshman in this tournament, and I think she was on the all-tournament team as a freshman.
Yeah, she plays so hard, and she plays bigger than 5'3", and she's just everywhere. She's a lot of fun to watch play the game.
Montpelier brings it up with Bum. Bum looks to go baseline, working against Kreitz. They go top of the key to Mann. Underneath, and we're going to get a foul, and that should be on Rhodes, I believe. No, they're going to not call it on Rhodes. 34, that is Hammer. That'll be her first, team second. That puts Uribe's here on the sideline to inbound. They get it into Bum. Bum has a wide open way to the basket. She puts it up, and no good, and Kelly Kreitz came over there to cover some ground really quickly.
She did, and I heard the Montpelier bench yell attack. I think Bum waited just a second, little hesitation, wasn't sure she needed to take it to the basket right away and go strong through the defenders, kind of faded at the end.
Kreitz with it, trying to get underneath to Rhodes. They'll give to Dietsch, who puts up a 3, no good. Rebound comes down to Bum, and now Bum will bring it up. They fire it down to McGee, now back around. Now Bum has it between the circles. Looks to go left side and feed it underneath. Now right back out to her. Fairview getting on active hands on the defensive end. Feed it underneath to McGee. McGee turns, takes 2 dribbles, puts up a shot with the right hand and good. Makes it 27-13.
That was a nice catch in traffic by McGee right there. Change of direction and found a nice right-handed bank shot there to score over Allison Rhodes. Pretty good individual effort.
Hammer has it on the right wing. Will give up to Dietsch. Dietsch will feed underneath to Rhodes, then right back out to Hammer. Now back to Dietsch, who has a wide open 3 top of the key, but misses. Rebound comes down, and it goes through a couple different hands. And then Allison Rhodes puts up the shot, makes it, and then the foul happens on Uribe's. And that'll be some foul shots now from Welling Construction. Welling Construction, the 3rd generation family-owned general contractor for quality custom homes, renovation projects, and commercial work. Contact us at 419-636-3712. Welling Construction sponsoring all of our free throws today here on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
It was one of those second chances Montpelier couldn't afford to give up. They forced a tough shot, missed, and ball got rattled around and finally ended up in Allison Rhodes' hands. She just couldn't do anything other than foul her.
And she makes the free throw to make it a traditional three-point play. 30-13 is your score with 4:14 remaining in the second quarter. Fairview on top. Taylor with the basketball, top of the key. She'll go left side to Bum.
I'm going to say, when you've got the ball in your hands against Fairview, A, you better protect it because they're constantly trying to get their hands on things, and B, you better know where you're going with the basketball before you throw it because they seem to know where you want to go with it.
Ooh. And we're going to get a traveling violation. Just took one extra step, McGee did, as she got that ball.
Maybe twice. First one who's never official, I think, might have been shielded a little, but I thought there was one early. Definitely didn't get away with the second one.
Dietsch will bring it up, go over left side to Kreitz. And then she'll find Dietsch underneath, and Dietsch hits the ground. No foul, though, and they'll give the ball to Montpelier as it went off of Dietsch.
Again, posting up the point guard, getting the ball to her in the paint. They're not afraid to give her the ball in there.
They absolutely are not. She can shoot from anywhere on this floor, though.
Well, in her last game out, triple-double against Patrick Henry. And one of the 3 double-digit categories was 11 rebounds. She's not afraid to get in and mix it up with people. And she averages 5.5 rebounds a game. That's probably better than most of the post players in the area.
Yeah, absolutely. Fairview just steals it away again. Kreitz just takes the pass away. Now she'll bring it down. They get it to Singer. Singer on the right wing. Now they'll give back. Underneath now to a wide-open Allison Rhodes who puts it up and in. That's just too easy. Rhodes has 12.
That's too easy, but it's also really good ball movement by Fairview. You can see heads almost got turned. There was a little confusion by Montpelier on who had the ball, where it was going, where they're supposed to be defensively, and then you end up with a wide-open player on the block.
Uribe misses the shot. Fairview with the defensive rebound again and coming the other way. Right side to Kreitz. They'll feed underneath to Rhodes. Rhodes puts up a shot, no good. Rebound will come down, and we'll get a foul on the rebound. I think that's going to be on Hammer, and if that is on Hammer, that's 2 on her.
Nice job posting. Just a little too aggressive there by Hammer on the backside. Went through the Montpelier player, and that's what Montpelier's got to have. They cannot give up those easy second chances. Fairview's good enough on the first go-around. If you can get them to miss, you've got to get the defensive board.
So Montpelier bring it up. Bum will have it. They're down 32-13 to Fairview. 2:45 remaining first half. Briggle with it. We'll give it underneath. Knocked away. Then back out. 3 ball in the air for Kelsey. Bum is no good. Rebound comes down. And that's a rare rebound by Montpelier. And it gets kicked right off of Kelly Kreitz. Montpelier's been one and done.
Yeah, they have been just about every time down the floor. And that was a great hustle play right there by Tatum Grimm.
So Uribe will inbound here on the near sideline. Give it over to Mahan. Now back to Bum. Now it looks like Fairview's in a little bit of a zone.
Yeah, showing a little bit of a 2-3 zone right here.
They go baseline, then back out. 3 ball or shot in the air is no good. Uribe tries to grab the rebound, can't get it, and Fairview will have it. Dietsch will bring it down.
Nice find there at the elbow. Montpelier found the shooter at the elbow, just couldn't convert, but nice job running against that zone. And now Montpelier's coming with a little bit of a 2-3 themselves.
Shot is up by Alexis Taylor, and that she misses on the first one, gets the second one.
Yeah, just got bullied her way right through there. Said, I'll go ahead and clean this up for myself.
The size differential is really big here.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's not much you can do about that. You're not going to change that with adjustments. You can, the biggest thing that Montpelier can hope for is in that 2-3, they'll just end up in the right places on the baseline to rebound.
Bucket by Mahan right there to make it 34-15 as we go under a minute and a half to play first half. Fairview just moving it around and being very patient right now as they get it to Kreitz on the left wing. Now all the way across court, skip to Dietsch, who makes the move, goes baseline, puts it up and in. Dietsch now with 12.
That's a senior who scored 1,000 points.
Yep.
Saw the defense a little bit out of whack. The defender came flying out. Simple ball fake attack for an easy layup.
Montpelier goes the other way. Humbarger has it, and then stepping in front of the pass is who else? Dietsch. Dietsch puts it up and in again. 14, and we're going to get a, what was that? Oh, she said they palmed the basketball. You don't usually see that called.
I think he called stepped over the baseline.
Oh, stepped over the baseline, okay.
Stepped over the baseline. I don't know if she was trying to throw the ball in out of frustration a little too quick, and her teammate wasn't looking, but this is what Coach Bum doesn't want to see. He wants to see him compete. Boy, the third baseline out of bounds for an easy bucket for Fairview.
and 8 points for Kelly Kreitz. They've got 2 in double figures already, and Kreitz is almost there, 40-15.
You got to be impressed with how they do things offensively. The defense creates a lot of it. They are really efficient on both ends of the floor.
And knocked away by Merritt. Sydney Merritt picks it up, puts up a shot, no good. Zedike comes in and cleans it up. 23 seconds to go, 42-15.
And that was Merritt right in off the bench. And I swear they know where you're throwing it before you do. They are just so good at getting into passing lanes and getting their hands on things. Honestly, watching our girls play the last few years, this compares really well with how we play defense in the half court. Very similar style of just being aggressive and getting into lanes and pressuring the ball. Montpelier doesn't even get a shot off to end the half.
All right, that's the halftime buzzer, and the score is 42-15 in favor of Fairview. Back with halftime after this on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
You never know what life...
Here at the Williams County Veteran Service Office, our mission is plain and simple. We are here to serve our local Williams County veterans and their dependents. We are staffed with trained service officers who have the compassion and understanding to assist their fellow veterans in obtaining all federal and state benefits that they have earned. Additionally, we provide emergency financial assistance and transportation to VA medical centers. So if you're a veteran or a dependent of a veteran, stop in today and see how we can help you at the Williams County Veteran Service Office.
I'm Tom Turnbull of Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory. Family owned, family focused, celebrating our 100th anniversary, 2022.
It's great working with family. The relationship we have with one another allows us to focus on your family and help guide you through the planning process.
We focus in on your family's needs to make sure that everything is done the way that you and your family want.
Right now, our family wants a Golden Bear victory.
Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory. Family owned, family focused.
Why do so many people travel to Jason Eats Automotive Services in Edgerton when they want their vehicles repaired? Because Dave Brown and Sam Bailey have over 60 years of experience fixing the problems that other mechanics couldn't. They work on all makes and models, and they specialize on imports. Recently, they have expanded their service area by almost 50%, and they've hired Eston Knerk to their staff. So if you have a vehicle, foreign or domestic, that you want fixed right the first time, take it to Jason Dietsch Automotive Services on the east side of Edgerton.
If you haven't stopped by Bryan Ford Lincoln to test drive the all-electric F-150 Lightning
or the rugged and sporty Ford Bronco, we only have one question for you.
Why not?
This Ford Bronco is great for daily commutes or the Outback.
And this F-150 Lightning will do 0 to 60 in 4 seconds without using a drop of gasoline. When you stop by and see us at Bryan Ford Lincoln, you can test drive either of these great vehicles.
Stop by and see us. We'll help you order the exact vehicle that you want and need.
So stop by and see us today at Bryan Ford Lincoln.
It is 42-15 in favor of Fairview here, and we saw how they could score 80 in a game. Well, they got half that in the first half.
Yeah, and I don't say this to downgrade the defense that Montpelier's playing, but everything has been easy, and that's been more a tribute to Fairview in their execution on offense, plus their defense creating some runouts and some stuff like that. But you can see real easy how they can put points on the board in a hurry.
Absolutely. So let's take a look at some halftime stats.
On the Montpelier side right now, the good news is they do have 5 girls who have scored for them, 6 points out of Miera McGee. She's been pretty solid for the Locos. She's had some looks and knocked down some jumpers, which has helped a bit, but there's only so much you're going to do in this situation. They've also got a bucket out of a Leah Highland. They've got a 3-pointer from Kaylee Humbarger, and they've got a bucket out from Mandy Taylor for their 15 points. A big number for Montpelier is the 13 turnovers in the first half. It's just the pressure from Fairview has just been too much, obviously, the entire half. On the other side, Fairview has been living up to the reputation, especially what Coach Bum talked about in the pregame, what I've mentioned about averaging 70 points a game in their last 5, 42 at the half, led by 16 from their senior standout, Carrie Zedike, who's done a little bit of everything. She's done it outside. She's done it by going to the basket. She's done it by posting up. All of this stuff impressive out of the 5'3" senior point guard. They've also got double digits out of the other senior on the roster, number 20, 12 points for Allison Rhodes. She's been really strong inside and has knocked down a 3 as well. 8 points from Kelly Kreitz and 6 points from Alexis Taylor for the 4 girls who scored for the Apaches.
42-15 here at the half. Going to take a timeout. Come back with more after this on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
Newcomer Schaefer.
The Bryan Athletic Boosters Board of Directors invites you to become Bryan Built.
The Athletic Boosters support our athletic programs in many ways, and that support is made possible through both corporate and patron support.
We are Bryan Built.
If you want a quality education that leads to great, endless opportunities for future success, Northwest State is your community's college.
Here at the Williams County Veteran Service Office, our mission is plain and simple. We are here to serve our local Williams County veterans and their dependents. We are staffed with trained service officers who have the compassion and understanding to assist their fellow veterans in obtaining all federal and state benefits that they have earned. Additionally, we provide emergency financial assistance and transportation to VA medical centers. So if you're a veteran or a dependent of a veteran, stop in today and see how we can help you at the Williams County Veteran Service Office.
I'm Tom Turnbull of Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory. Family owned, family focused, celebrating our 100th anniversary, 2022.
It's great working with family. The relationship we have with one another allows us to focus on your family and help guide you through the planning process.
We focus in on your family's needs to make sure that everything is done the way that you and your family want.
Right now, our family wants a Golden Bear victory.
Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory. Family owned, family focused.
When it comes to diamonds, size does matter, and you'll get a bigger diamond for less every day at Diamond and Gold Outlet in Napoleon. Plus, you won't find a better selection anywhere in Northwest Ohio. Diamond and Gold Outlet in Napoleon.
Star Insurance, Fackler Monument, Northwest State Community College, Andrews O'Neill, Mo, Fairview Athletic Boosters, Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, Bryan Athletic Boosters, Innovative Ag, Real Estate Advantage, Bryan Ford Lincoln, Jason Dietsch Automotive, Starks Plumbing and Heating, Bryan Parks and Rec, Laub Auto Parts, Veteran Services of Williams County, Danielle Van Atta Agency, the Montpelier Athletic Boosters, Diamond and Gold Outlet, Eden Farmers Co-op, and newcomers Schaefer, Spangler, Breininger, and Rakes. Halftime here at Bryan High School. It is Montpelier down to Fairview 42-15. Brian Arnold and Chris Malenga with you. And what are you saying in the halftime locker rooms for these two teams?
Well, if you're Fairview, Coach Dietsch saying, let's keep doing what we've been doing. He's got to like everything that he's seeing out there. The offense has really moved the ball well. They've attacked the basket. They're knocking down open shots. Defensively, that's great. And probably the best effort we've seen out of somebody who isn't a Todd Coach team defensive team for a long time. On the Montpelier side, I think we go back to what Coach Bum talked about in his pregame. He's got a young team. He's playing 3 sophomores out there and got 6 on his varsity roster, and he's lost a big chunk of who his team was last year. They're still a really good team. 6-2 coming in, 1-0 in their league. They're going to do a lot of good things. They got a chance to win their 4th straight BBC title. It's not that they're a bad team. They're playing a really, really good team. Now he wants to see his kids compete. What are you going to do when you're down by 27 at the half? What happens if this gets to a running clock? Are we still scrapping? Are we getting on the floor? Are we hustling around defensively? That's what he's looking for right now, because you don't want something like this in the middle of your season when things are going well and you got a lot of good things in front of you. You don't want this to be something that creates more than a hiccup. This is a blip on the radar. Really good team. Tip your hat to them. Move on. Let's get better. You don't want this to create any kind of confidence issues or anything that you're going to carry out of here.
Well, you're in the Bryan Athletic Boosters halftime show. Going to take this timeout, back with the second half action after this on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
The Bryan Athletic Boosters Board of Directors invites you to become Bryan Built.
The Athletic Boosters support our athletic programs in many ways, and that support is made possible through both corporate and patron support.
We are Bryan Built.
When you're looking for that unusual part like a battery for your key fob, or everyday car parts like windshield washing fluid, wipers, motor oil or filters, antifreeze or batteries, don't forget to stop by your local Napa store in Bryan. They have the parts in stock. If you're buying any of these parts from anyone other than Napa in Bryan, you're paying too much.
I'm Tom Turnbull of Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory. Family owned, family focused, celebrating our 100th anniversary, 2022.
It's great working with family. The relationship we have with one another allows us to focus on your family and help guide you through the planning process.
We focus in on your family's needs to make sure that everything is done the way that you and your family want.
Right now, our family wants a Golden Bear victory.
Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory. Family owned, family focused.
Also supports the athletes in schools in Northwest Ohio and wish them the best of luck in this game.
Back on the Golden Bears Sports Network, it is halftime here, just wrapping things up between Fairview and Montpelier. It's Fairview 42, Montpelier 15. I noticed today, saw that Pele died. Can you believe Pele was 83 years old?
I wouldn't have guessed that. I think I heard that earlier myself. I don't think I'd have ever guessed that.
I'm old if Pele's 83.
Well, there's probably a little bit to that, I'm sure.
Absolutely. So it's been all Fairview in this one. Montpelier will get the basketball to start things off, and we'll see what Fairview continues to do. Starters in for both teams.
Yeah, and I think we're going to see that, if this continues to be out of hand, especially on the Fairview side, I think Coach is going to stay as sharp as he can. But this is a different scenario. Girls basketball doesn't play a lot of back-to-backs, and that's always a big deal in this tournament. You're playing back-to-back games. You're trying to save some legs, so you may see some of the younger kids get some minutes here at the end for both teams, so they're ready for tomorrow.
Uribe's chucked a three and missed it, and then the rebound went out of bounds. I thought it went off McGee, but the official down there saw otherwise. And he's closer than I am. They'll inbound. They get it underneath to Taylor. Taylor working against Allison Rhodes, the point guard. Rhodes she had it up and Rhodes just hit it down.
Yeah, I'm tired of being here. Let's move it along.
Kelsey Bum has it. Bum will try to put up a shot. It is missed. Rebound comes in, and put back is good for Mira McGee. Nice move there.
Yeah, McGee's been a bright spot for Montpelier. She's been really active, especially on the offensive end, playing with some confidence for Coach Bum.
Fairview just continue where they left off. Kelly Kreitz now. Kreitz looks to drive the middle, then she'll give to Zedek. Zedek has a wide open lane, puts up a reverse layup, and it is good.
I'd say that's at least 3, maybe 4, right elbow to left block layups that Carrie Zedek's been able to attack with the left hand, finish with the left hand, and there's no help whatsoever from the Montpelier defense there.
And she just came right through the middle with defenders standing there watching her blow by. Montpelier goes the other way. They have it underneath to Taylor. Taylor will give back out to Uribe, who launches a three and has it. 44-20. So back-to-back buckets on possessions for Montpelier.
Jada Uribe is another sophomore, started there for Coach Bum. Going to be a really nice player. She got a bunch of minutes last year as a freshman. Older brother was a fantastic player for Montpelier.
Zedek will think about a three, then dish it into Allison Rhodes, who puts up the layup.
Really unselfish. She had the three. I think she was already eyeballing it and saw Allison Rhodes come open for the easy bucket. That's how you put a lot of points on the board, is unselfish play like that.
Cross court to Uribe, misses the three ball, and then Fairview will get it back. Zedek's running. She has it. Bounce down underneath to Rhodes again. Rhodes puts up another easy layup. Rhodes now has 16.
Allison Rhodes is a really, really good athlete.
She is.
For all of the programs for Fairview, but I'm just so impressed how smooth she is around the basket. Her hands are so soft. You feel like every time she's got it down low, it's going to go in. She's not going to give you one of those where she just misses something. Really confident and just playing under control the entire time.
Bum missed a three, got her own rebound, and now they have it underneath to McGee. McGee gets the pass knocked away by Kelly Kreitz, who continues to have active hands in the second half.
Yeah, you've got to be aware of where Kelly Kreitz is. She's taken away a lot of passing lanes and just super active on the defensive end.
5:22 remaining here, third quarter, 48-20 in favor of Fairview. On the main stop scoreboard, kicked away by Kreitz again.
She's everywhere.
She's in the right place at the right time.
Got like a kid who commits to the defensive end like that.
The rebase will inbound under their basket. Looking for somebody. And we're getting close to 5 seconds. She better throw it in, and it's a 5-second turnover. So that's unforced error there for Montpelier. Just the first turnover in the second half, though.
Yeah, another from the good news department. They've been taking better care of the basketball. And that was a good defensive possession by Fairview to force that one as a team.
48-20 in favor of the Apaches. 5:05 remaining third quarter. Underneath, shot is missed, but Kelly Kreitz will head to the line, shooting 58% there. That foul is going to be on number 30, Mandy Taylor. That'll be her second, team first at a half. These free throws being sponsored by Welling Construction. Welling Construction is a third-generation family-owned general contractor for quality custom homes, major renovation projects, and commercial work. Contact us at 419-636-3712. That one goes up and in for Kelly Kreitz. She averages 13.1 points per game, and she currently has 9. And now 10.
Trying to catch up with her two teammates who are average 17 and 15 and have 18 and 16. So everybody's about at their mark. Another bucket for Kreitz, and she'll be about there.
Underneath, and it went off the feet of McGee, but recovered by the Locos. Uribe has it down low. Tries to feed underneath to Taylor. Stepping in front of it's Haley Hammer, and now Hammer's in trouble on the baseline and able to get it out to Kreitz.
Just a tough entry pass there. Really tough pass for Uribe to try to make.
Kreitz has a full, easy way to the basket, and we're going to get a timeout by Montpelier. It'll be a 30-second timeout. We'll take it with them. 52-20 Fairview. Back after this.
If you want a quality education with transfer opportunities to 4-year schools, Northwest State is your community's college.
When it comes to diamonds, size does matter, and you'll get a bigger diamond for less every day at Diamond & Gold Outlet in Napoleon. Plus, you won't find a better selection anywhere in Northwest Ohio. Diamond & Gold Outlet in Napoleon.
Back out on the Golden Bear Sports Network, 52-20 in favor of Fairview. That timeout was sponsored by Stockman Lawn Service. For lawn care, snow removal, fertilizer, and spraying, call Stockman Lawn Service at 419-636-6572. Main stop scoreboard shows 52-20 in favor of the Apaches. Montpelier has the basketball, though. 3-ball in the air, no good, and that was Hilliard. But nice rebound for the senior Mandy Taylor. It goes out of bounds, though, after she tries another shot.
Yeah, good offensive rebound there, and really a good, strong move into the paint. Just didn't draw anything with her putback and out of bounds to Fairview.
Zedek will bring the basketball up with a 32-point lead. And they'll just move it around. Zedek has it left wing. Looking to go underneath. Rhodes finds Alexis Taylor. That was Kelly Kreitz, that found Taylor, but Taylor was standing there on the right block.
Great look. Nice bounce past the opposite block. And, and Alexis Taylor's got 8 points, and I don't think she's got 8 total feet in the shots she's taken.
And that is a miss for McGee. Rebound will come down to Fairview. It just brings it down quickly. Kreitz with it. They'll feed underneath. Shot up. Count it for Taylor and the foul. That makes it 56-20.
Again, just so unselfish. Good push out by Carrie Zedek. Found Kreitz on the wing there. Kreitz had probably a look at a 3, but rewarded a post for running down the floor. Posted nice on the right block, and then Taylor with a nice move towards her left shoulder and a good finish with the harm.
So Taylor will put it up and miss the foul shot. Rebound will come down to Montpelier's Man. Man will bring it down, then give back out to Taylor. Taylor will give top of the key. Now they get it underneath to Man again on the wing, and it's just stolen away. Kelly Kreitz steps in front of another one. She's moving. Puts up a shot with the right hand. It's good. 58-20. 3:02 remaining, third quarter.
Said it enough times. Fairview's good enough. You don't have to give them easy chances, and that was just a careless pass that Kreitz was able to step in front of.
Quick foul by Allison Rhodes there, and we're in the running clock situation now at 58-20. Going to see a couple of new players for the Apaches. Cheyenne Zedek will come in, the 5'9" sophomore. And then Sydney Merritt was in earlier, and she returns. So starters for Fairview, with the exception of Zedek and Kreitz, are out.
Yeah, we've seen this a couple of times with the Lady Bears this year with the running clock. Football goes fast. Basketball just melts away in a hurry when that clock starts to run through all of the dead ball situations.
Stolen away by Kreitz.
Thinking about it more after seeing it a couple of times, I don't know that I wouldn't like to see an adjustment to this rule, at least on free throws.
Yep, I think
free throws seem to eat a lot of time.
Zedek launches a 3, no good. Rebound comes down to Merritt. Now out to Taylor, puts up a shot, no good. Rebound comes down to Fairview.
Good move by Taylor off the shot fake there, and really soft hand, soft touch. Just couldn't get she hit every part of the rim but the bottom.
So Pillier not able to get a shot off there.
And these are the situations. Coach Bum's got a young team. He's got those sophomores on the floor. Good thing for them to play against teams like this, to see how teams like this play. Like, how do these juniors and seniors play? How do they operate? Just another fantastic find by Kelly Kreitz. The first two misses there on the easy buckets for a while for Fairview, but a nice backside rebound by Kelly Kreitz.
So I'll be on foul number 30 on Mandy Taylor, and the post player has a hard time not committing fouls like that.
It's a tough assignment for anybody against the post that Fairview's able to run out there. And Kreitz has been so active here in the third quarter. That first free throw was her 7th point of the quarter to get her up to 15, so she's over her average now.
Wow, that's crazy. That's up and good, so it's a 40-point game, 60-20. Running clock, 30 seconds to play here, third quarter. Montpelier looking for something to happen. Doing a good job moving the basketball around, just not getting shots to fall. Uribe's made a nice run through the middle and puts it up and in.
Yeah, good aggressive move all the way from the three-point line. Nice spin dribble. I think that's something that Coach Bum would like to see a little more of out of the sophomore.
Three ball, no good. And at the end of the third quarter of play, the main stop scoreboard shows 60-22. Back after this on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
Why do so many people travel to Jason East Automotive Services in Edgerton when they want their vehicles repaired? Because Dave Brown and Sam Bailey have over 60 years of experience fixing the problems that other mechanics couldn't. They work on all makes and models, and they specialize on imports. Recently, they have expanded their service area by almost 50%, and they've hired Eston Knurk to their staff. So if you have a vehicle, foreign or domestic, that you want fixed right the first time, take it to Jason Dietsch Automotive Services on the east side of Edgerton.
If you haven't stopped by Bryan Ford Lincoln to test drive the all-electric F-150 Lightning
or the rugged and sporty Ford Bronco, we only have one question for you.
Why not?
This Ford Bronco is great for daily commutes or the Outback.
And this F-150 Lightning will do 0 to 60 in 4 seconds without using a drop of gasoline. When you stop by and see us at Bryan Ford Lincoln, you can test drive either of these great vehicles.
Stop by and see us. We'll help you order the exact vehicle that you want and need.
So stop by and see us today at Bryan Ford Lincoln.
The Fairview Apaches. Main stop's open when you need them. You're always near our main stop. Don't forget about Thirsty Thursday every Thursday. And Fairview will start the fourth quarter with the basketball. Got a bunch of reserves in at this point. Shot is missed by Alexis Taylor. It'll go Montpelier's way. Uribe's will bring it down. Give over to Hilliard. Then underneath, puts up a shot, no good. It is blocked by Mahan. And Fairview will go the other way. This is Madison Sharp. 5'4" sophomore. We'll give to Zedike, and that is Cheyenne Zedike, as Carey is on the bench right now after a well-deserved rest and some buckets, many of them. Alexis Taylor puts that one up and in for her 12th point. She's now in double figures too. I think three Montpelier players in double figures.
Four for Fairview in double figures tonight with her 12.
Three ball in the air for Montpelier, no good. Rebound comes down to Madison Sharp. I'll tell you what, Sharp's been all over the place in this few minutes she's in here.
Yeah, I think
every loose ball.
I think we're going to see a lot of that with these youngsters. They're getting a chance to get some varsity minutes right here. They're going to play hard for Coach. 14 now for Taylor.
Taylor again. Montpelier goes the other way and runs right into it. It's stolen away. That is Kayla Mavis, the 5'6" sophomore, steals it. Puts it ahead to Cheyenne Zedike, who puts it up and in, no good. Rebound comes down to Zedike. And now a shot and no good by Madison Sharp. Rebound will come down. Fairview puts another one up. That is for Sydney Merritt. And finally, Montpelier will get a rebound.
Yeah, you can see, these young girls for Fairview practice against those older girls every night. So they've seen the way things are done, and I'm sure those older girls don't give them the chance to slack off and not go hard in practice. And that's how you build programs, by your older kids setting the tone. So these girls aren't going to come in and just go through the motions because it's a little bit of garbage time.
Hillard hit the deck and then got up, which is a no-no. Traveling violation, so Fairview has it going the other way. Cheyenne Zedike with it underneath to Taylor, and we're going to get a foul, and that's going to be 5 if it's on Mandy Taylor. And it is. So Taylor's going to sit down.
Like I said, just not when you're kind of by yourself as a post defender, there's not much you can do with who Fairview can throw at you.
All right, let's see who they're going to put in. Uribe will go in. Taylor at the line. And going into the game, I didn't have any stats on her for foul shooting. But she's got some today.
Yeah, well, we know that she's at least 1 for 2 now.
That makes it 65-24.
And they've been pretty happy with, they've been pretty satisfied getting her touches on the block. So I would imagine in some of the ball games she's had some double-digit nights already coming into this.
Montpelier gets the rebound. McGee will go quickly. Get it down to Mahan. Now top of the key to Rebase. Now to Bum. Bum will cross court it, skip it over to McGee, who launches a bucket, and it is good. Just inside the three-point arc. 65-26 now.
Yeah, McGee continues to look for her shot, shoot the ball well. That's been a plus for Coach Bum and the Lady Locos tonight. She's been pretty confident and looked good on the offensive end.
Your Rebase knocked that one away. Fairview gets it back, though. Mavis puts up a shot, no good. Rebound will come down to the Locos. Your Rebase is running. We'll find Bum, top of the key. Now back to your Rebase. Right wing, puts up a shot. 3-ball, no good. Rebound will come down, tip around, and go to Taylor. Then stolen away by McGee. 3-ball for Bum, no good. Rebound comes down to Mavis.
You see Kayla Mavis out there, the sophomore. You've mentioned her name. She's touched the ball a couple of times. Just a great kid. I was lucky enough to get to coach her in some summer softball on a couple of occasions, and just one of my favorite kids of all time.
Fairview.
Probably because she doesn't talk very much. No, she's just a great kid, sweetheart of a kid.
The whole family's very nice.
Yeah,
a couple of
great
her sisters
people.
played
Yeah.
at Fairview.
You know what you're going to get. You're going to get hard workers.
Yep.
You're going to get competitive kids. They're going to scrap. They're going to do what you ask them to do. And a lot of fun to watch do things.
Cheyenne Zedike will put up a shot. We'll get a foul on, I believe it's your Rebase. It is. That'll be 2 on her. 65-24. We're in a running clock as Fairview has a 41-point lead, and so this game will melt away very quickly, as you said, Brian Arnold.
We'll be interested to see what happens now tomorrow. This is 5 out of 6 games that have been over 40-point victories for Fairview here lately. You know, regardless of whether they get the Lady Bears or they get Stryker, they're going to get some competition tomorrow night. You would hope that's going to be a little bit different than what they've seen lately. It'll be interesting to see. You know, they're playing with a ton of confidence on both ends of the floor. So it'll be interesting to see how that ball game is going to go.
I'll tell you what, a Bryan Fairview championship game would be a really, really good game to watch.
It'd be a little bit of a tardy Christmas gift, I think, for everybody who'd be in attendance.
Bum misses a 3. Rebound comes down to Fairview. They bring it up quickly with Sharp. Sharp will give over to Mavis on the right side. Mavis will now give to Sydney Merritt, and they're just moving it around. Bethany Schinniger is also in. She has it now left side. They'll feed underneath to Zedike. Cheyenne will get the ball stolen away by your Rebase, and then it's on the floor. And now we're going to get a jump ball called.
He was waiting as long as possible tonight to call that jump ball. God bless him. Anybody that can keep from calling jump balls in a girls' basketball game, I'm a fan of.
Into the game goes, let's see who came in. Courtney Grinnell, number 13, is now in for the Apaches. Montpelier still playing hard. Rebase will go baseline, put up a shot, no good. It'll get knocked out of bounds on the rebound, and it will stay with the Locos. 2 minutes to play, fourth quarter, 65-24. Apaches on the main stop scoreboard.
I'd also like to know what Coach Zedek thinks about the running clock here. He's got a team that scores a lot of points, girls that score a lot of points, but that's one of the knocks I've heard on the running clock is, let's say Carrie Zedek was still chasing 1,000 points or if Allison Rhodes was chasing 1,000 points. These are minutes that are melting away that could help a kid get to that point. And those are milestones that aren't just big for kids, they're big for programs. I mean, look over on our north wall, we've got our list of Bryan basketball players, girls and boys, that got to 1,000 points. You'd hate to think that a really good team hurt somebody's opportunity to get to 1,000 points because you played in a lot of blowouts where the clock didn't stop in the second half.
And again, you know, you talked about it, the free throw part. You can lose almost a whole minute on free throws when you get them set up and go from there. So,
and if you're the team that's down, you probably should play it that way to take your full time, make sure you step away from the line in between.
And we're going to get a traveling violation as Bethany Schinninger went in to make a bucket, and it is called a travel.
So that's a tough one for the JV girl. I wanted the bucket for her, too.
Absolutely.
A little smile on her face. Like, come on, ref, give me that varsity bucket.
Montpelier has one last chance here. 3 ball in the air, no good. Rebound will come down to the Locos. Another 3 in the air, and that is missed as well. That goes over the top, and that was Tatum Grimm who took that one. So 30 seconds left. This should just be a dribble out for the Apaches as Sharp will bring it up. But Sharp looking to go to the hole still.
Young kids still playing hard. They want to get a chance to score a varsity bucket, and I don't blame them.
Cross court over to Sharp. Now back to Merritt. 12 seconds. Sharp will drive, put up a reverse layup. No good. Rebound comes down to Montpelier. And that's going to do it, as the Fairview Apaches will defeat the Montpelier Locomotives by a score of 65-24. We're going to take this timeout, go to the post-game show after this on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
Why do so many people travel to Jason Eats Automotive Services in Edgerton when they want their vehicles repaired? Because Dave Brown and Sam Bailey have over 60 years of experience fixing the problems that other mechanics couldn't. They work on all makes and models, and they specialize on imports. Recently, they have expanded their service area by almost 50%, and they've hired Eston Knurk to their staff. So if you have a vehicle, foreign or domestic, that you want fixed right the first time, take it to Jason Dietsch Automotive Services on the east side of Edgerton.
If you want a quality education with transfer opportunities to 4-year schools, Northwest State is your community's college.
When it comes to diamonds, size does matter, and you'll get a bigger diamond for less every day at Diamond & Gold Outlet in Napoleon. Plus, you won't find a better selection anywhere in Northwest Ohio. Diamond & Gold Outlet in Napoleon.
There are a lot of ways to reach out to a friend about their mental health. Learn how you can help at seizetheawkward.org.
When you're looking for that unusual part like a battery for your key fob, or everyday car parts like windshield washing fluid, wipers, motor oil or filters, antifreeze or batteries, don't forget to stop by your local Napa store in Bryan. They have the parts in stock. If you're buying any of these parts from anyone other than Napa in Bryan, you're paying too much.
Final score 65-24 in favor of the Fairview Apaches. Chris Malenga, Brian Arnold with you, and Brian Arnold's down on the floor right now and has,
can you hear me?
Hopefully has a microphone and hears me. Does he? The microphone's not on though. The microphone's not on. He's got to push that button and then we should have it. Green light? I still don't have him. Why don't I have him? I don't have him. Oh, there we go. Never mind. Now I have him. There you go. Brian Arnold. Yes.
We're going to see if I can chase down Coach Zedek here.
All right. Sorry about that, folks. It's always a fun situation here where you're trying to grab coaches. And right there's Russ Zedek. Hopefully that He's got
We're gonna wave him
food
down.
in his mouth.
He's got post game in his mouth already. He just beat me to the spread. That's all it is. You know what? We could do this from the post game spread, and then we'd both be happy. We could make sure he got something to eat, something to drink. He's probably parched and dehydrated. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You got to be really happy with how you played on both ends of the floor. Super impressed. Really, I'll start with defense. Defensively, you make a lot of things happen, but happy and impressed with the way the girls played.
Yeah, I was. I mean, I thought they defensively they come out, and it seems like if we don't come out and pressure, then we get down, and we don't get the excitement and stuff. So I thought they played pretty good defense and kind of got our offense going, and then offensively we just shot well, and that takes care of a lot of problems.
Yeah, it's strange as well as what you're scoring to say you only had 5 girls score, but everybody scored in double digits, moved the ball really well, and like you said, shot the ball really well. First time for me to get a chance to see you this year. I'm impressed with all of those kids and the way they move the basketball.
Yeah, I think they've been playing together a long time and know where they're going to be and move the basketball, and then you get good shots, and that helps your percentage. And I don't know, he said the first half we were like 65 or something on the floor, and I don't. But yeah, I think that comes from moving the ball and getting good shots. And some nights they go in, some nights they don't.
Right, and I think a lot of that, if you shot 65% from the floor, getting around the hoop. Specifically, Carrie did. Watch, she can score from anywhere. You understand how a kid like that can get 1,000 points. Talk as much as you may not want to talk about your daughter. Just talk about the game that she had, season she's having, because she's just a ton of fun to watch.
Yeah, I mean, she's obviously having a good year, but just, being able only being 5'2" or 5'3", whatever she is, and she'll go down in there and score in the post, and actually is one of our leading rebounders, and just from a desire to want to do it, I think, she'll just go down there and battle with anybody down there, and makes her game a little more complete. Obviously she can shoot from the outside and then get to the basket when she needs to.
And, Allison Rhodes, a kid that I know from softball and from outside of here, she looks like she's doing a great job. So a little bit about this game. Have you had a chance to see either one of these two teams? Get a chance to scout them here after the JV game. But what are you thinking about for tomorrow?
Well, I mean, it's going to be a tough game tomorrow night. We're going to ride the bus back quick, and then I'm going to drive back up with some of the girls and watch the game tonight and do some scouting, and then probably go and watch some film on them, whoever wins this. And I don't have a good enough mind to look too far ahead, so I haven't watched film on either team. Obviously, they're both. It's going to be a good game, and we'll go home tonight and watch film and have maybe an hour practice tomorrow and get ready.
Congratulations. Good luck tomorrow. Make sure you go and get yourself a cold drink of water somewhere and get yourself. Got to be you got to stay hydrated.
Thanks for having us.
All right, we'll go back upstairs to Chris. Congratulations to Coach Dietsch and the Lady Apaches.
All right, your final score 65-24. Going to take a timeout. We'll come back and take a look at some stats after this on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
When you're looking for that unusual part like a battery for your key fob, or everyday car parts like windshield washing fluid, wipers, motor oil or filters, antifreeze or batteries, don't forget to stop by your local Napa store in Bryan. They have the parts in stock. If you're buying any of these parts from anyone other than Napa in Bryan, you're paying too much.
Every day, thousands of kids start vaping. So if you want to talk to your kids, you got to get it trending. I was just trying to get your attention.
Could I just ask?
Visit talkaboutvaping.org for tips on when and how to have the vape talk.
Why do so many people travel to Jason Eats Automotive Services in Edgerton when they want their vehicles repaired? Because Dave Brown and Sam Bailey have over 60 years of experience fixing the problems that other mechanics couldn't. They work on all makes and models, and they specialize on imports. Recently, they have expanded their service area by almost 50%, and they've hired Eston Knurk to their staff. So if you have a vehicle, foreign or domestic, that you want fixed right the first time, take it to Jason Dietsch Automotive Services on the east side of Edgerton.
5-24 is your score, and the Fairview Apaches victorious over the Montpelier Locomotives. And you got some stats for us. I'm making you do it all. You're doing interviews, doing stats.
That's good for me. I'll try to do one thing right here. We'll start on the Montpelier side. 24 points for the Lady Locos tonight. Just a tough go of it on both ends of the floor. Led by junior Mira McGee, who had 10 points. Really thought she was a bright spot for Coach Bum all night. Then you also had 5 from Jada Uribes, 3 from Kaylee Humbarger, and then 2 points each from Aaliyah Highland, Lila Mahan, and Tatum Grimm. On the Fairview side, talked about all the scoring we saw there in the double digits from 4 different girls. All 65 from 4 players.
Wow, that's
18
crazy.
From Carrie Zedike, 16 from Allison Rhodes, 16 from Kelly Kreitz, and 15 from Alexis Taylor. So you got to be impressed with the way they were able to put the ball in the basket.
Absolutely, and Coach Zedike was happy. He's pretty unassuming. He's pretty chill about, not thinking about, everything. And, I'm sure he gets a little more fired up in the locker room. But
Probably a little more fired up than what he's showing us right there. I think with Coach Zedike, he's pretty relaxed and pretty calm as long as things are 65 to 24. He's like any one of us would be. He knows that he's got a really good group of girls on his hands right now. And almost like that old baseball adage, you don't want to get too high, you don't want to get too low. He knows he's got a good thing going. They're playing really good basketball right now. Probably a little bit like us, like we talked about. If we can be a little bit selfish, we'd like to see a Bryan Fairview matchup tomorrow night, and the Lady Bears have to do their part in the second game here of this JV varsity doubleheader. So it'd be great for everybody, I think, if we could see that matchup.
All right, so we're going to thank our sponsors, All-Star Insurance, Andrews O'Neill & Lowe, Bryan Athletic Boosters, Bryan Ford Lincoln, Bryan Parks and Rec, Danielle Van Atta Agency, Diamond and Gold Outlet, Eden Farmers Co-op, also Fackler Monument, Fairview Athletic Boosters, Innovative Ag, Jason Dietsch Automotive, Laub Auto Parts, Montpelier Athletic Boosters, Newcomer Schaefer, Spangler, Briner and Rakes, Northwest State Community College, Oberlin-Turnbull, Real Estate Advantage, Starks Plumbing and Heating, and Veteran Services of Williams County. I'm getting out of breath just naming all the sponsors bringing the game tonight. So our next game is going to be the other Holiday Classic semifinal. That's coming up around 7 o'clock. We've got Bryan and Stryker in that one. We've got Bryan and Stryker playing a JV game before that. So we will going to send it back to the station here momentarily to get you back into some music before we take it back over here for that game. Want to thank our athletic department here at Bryan High School, Chad Savage and Teresa Kuzmal, our board op at back at WQCT, Ben Murray, and our liaison at WOSN, Ben Reif. This game is going to air 6 o'clock tomorrow night on WOSN. You can watch on Spectrum Channel 19 or Channel 26 on your antenna. This broadcast is a collaboration between WQCT Radio, BryanSports.com, and the West Ohio Sports Network. This broadcast is for the private use of our audience. Any duplication or other use of this broadcast, including descriptions or accounts of the game without the express written consent of the Golden Bear Sports Network, is prohibited. The Golden Bear Sports Network is a free public service of Malenga Enterprises, LLC, all rights reserved. One final time for Brian Arnold and all of us at the Golden Bear Sports Network. I'm Chris Mullinger. Your final score is 65 to 24. Have a great night, everybody. Back into music now with some Journey